Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Leigh?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The munch brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Leigh.
I'm May.
We're the munch bunch.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another mukbang with and Leigh. We are the Munch Bunch UK. Leigh doesn't have to tell you what we have on the menu, does he?
Well, we might have to because there's a lot of food here, guys. Probably more than we actually expected to order.
But we're trying some different things. It's not like we're going to eat the whole lot here, but we're going to try some different things.
There's supper and there's dinner here. And we're back. How do? Real good. So we have a various amount of food here, and this will be for tonight, for supper, maybe for lunch tomorrow and breakfast. We've got a Grand Big Mac bacon. We've got a 20 chicken nuggets. We've got a chicken mayo without the mayo. We've got a triple cheeseburger. We've got chili chicken, crispy chicken wrap things. We've got a normal cheeseburger. We've got large fries. Fillet of fish for the first time we're going to try.
Cousin Mo.
And over here, not cousin Mo, cause of Mo. You might not have heard that right. It sounded like I said, our cousin Mo. Our
dear friend and subscriber told us to try this fish thing.
Yep, so we are going to try it for the first time.
But Leigh's took up all the sauces.
There's only one sauce goes on it.
Chicken mayo gone.
But that was mine anyway.
Oh, that's all right then.
Well, let's just get stuck in.
I'm going to have to move some of this stuff.
Yeah, we need a bigger work surface. So if anyone wants to send us a bigger table and donate it, then that'd be cool. That'd be more than welcome.
I'll put that there.
So one of these wraps has chilli on, one doesn't.
Yeah, and I don't like the chilli because it's just, I don't.
I'm not a fan of chilli sauce. So she's just got a crispy chicken wrap.
Yeah.
These are really nice, all these wraps.
I didn't realise it was how big.
Yeah, the wraps are huge. But I do feel the need to complain. I'm not a complainer, best of times. Like, you know, when you go on the apps, you're like, not happy about this. Like food apps, we got this from Just Eat. But I did put in the comments at the bottom, leave in porch. And we've got a porch, the door's always open. It could have come along, popped it in the porch. No problem. We heard him knock on the window, thankfully. And when I went out, I thought, he's left it in the porch, or started to. No, he hadn't. He'd left it out the front bloody door. He was walking down the drive. If I walk past someone's house, there's 3 bags of McDonald's there. I'm helping myself to it.
Oh my God.
And he was just walking off like, see you later, mate. It's like, yeah, thanks, mate. I've got my food. But if I'd been out the back, in the kitchen or whatever, I wouldn't have heard him. And somebody would have had a free McDonald's on us.
I don't think they would have took it. I think what it would have been like...
Trust
a
me.
Cat or something, maybe.
Kids around here would have took it. Kids are daft.
You know what cats are like.
What's the cat going to do, run off with 3 bags of McDonald's?
No, but they're scratching it, won't they? But why would he put it... I mean, the porch is right there. I don't get that. For the love of life.
For the love of Mike. Who's Mike, by the way? Have you got yours over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to try this wrap. No, I'm not. Tell you what we'll try. The fillet of fish, because I don't want that going cold.
We're a bit stuck here. I don't know what the hell's what. We've got chicken mayo here. Ain't got the sauces open yet. It's the problem when you order a lot of food.
Alright then.
Trying to get it all under control.
Alright, right. So, this is that fillet of fish. Ready?
I'm born ready, baby. 3, 5. Got to divide these up. 8, 10. So, Mal, I'm hoping this is worth it. It cost me $3.59 for this sodden fillet of fish.
That is really good. Right, guys, look at the fish in there. Oh. That's really good.
Need some sauce on it or something.
You don't. You have to try it without. But that's really good quality, though. Fish.
It's good quality. I'm just not a big fish fan. Fish fingers, I can take them or leave them. It's alright. I'm not knocking it.
That's really good, that is, for what it is.
Need some sauces. Where are they hiding?
I've got mine.
There's the barbecue. Mine's all underneath the sodding food.
Leigh just whacked me in the bloody face.
Yeah, because she deserved it, so I hit her. No, what actually happened, I moved my elbow, I moved her at the same time, I got hit in the face, I was in pain, we had to stop the video, and now we're back and...
Still in pain.
Still in pain. And
anyhow, moving on swiftly. So I'll rate this probably I like the bun, to be honest. Probably an 8 out of 10. Mal, good suggestion right there. The fishing, that's really nice. Your Big Macs just fell apart.
Oh well, I'll worry about it in a bit. Doesn't matter. Does anyone else eat the chili wraps? Does anyone else eat these chili wraps? This is the second one I've had now. Elbow coming back home. Elbow reversing. Need one of them sirens like they have on a wagon. Like them ones. Yeah.
I can't have it with the sauce on that.
Have a nibble.
It's too hot.
It's not though.
I've had it before.
Oh well.
I never knew they put salad in it, to be honest.
Let's have whatever you want in there. As long as you request it.
Do you want another bit of that?
No. I didn't want it in the first place. So, what the hell's back there?
Put there. It was too
Yeah, there's a triple cheeseburger back here as well, if anyone's wondering what that is.
There's no way we're going to eat all this. Try some different things. I can't get over how good that is. I wish they used this bread on other things, because this...
Well, they do. Look at them. Same bloody bread. It's a brioche bun, I'm.
These aren't they?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. That's probably some of the more expensive stuff. That's like $3.59 for one, without the meal deal part. Well, I think the McDonald's was in a good mood today. The staff are anyway, because the food's piping up. And I seen this thing on TikTok yesterday. I think it was like, McDonald's are scamming us. I was like, what do you mean, man? I didn't actually say it to them. I watched a little clip. And they had like a small cup from McDonald's and a large cup. So this is a large, as you can probably see. This is filled up to about there. I've just had a sip, so it's quite near the top. And they took the lid off the top, the big one, and poured it into the small one. It filled it up. I was like, look, I paid for a large one, but they've only given me enough, and it fits into a small cup. I was like, the bastards. But even though even though you know they rip you off sometimes, you can't resist going back there, can you? Because there's nowhere even similar to McDonald's in the UK. You can have your KFC, you can have your Burger Kings, but it's not McDonald's.
McDonald's has got one of them tastes that is really unique, but no matter how much of it you have, it never fills you up.
I don't know. I got feeling this lot fills up today.
What did you order then?
What have I ordered? Big Mac, 20 chicken nuggets, a normal cheeseburger, a normal chicken mayo, a Grand Big Mac with bacon, another chicken chili wrap without the chili, 4 large fries.
These are all for us.
Fillet of fish, and a triple cheeseburger back there, and here in your mum's. It don't do any harm. At the end of the day, we're not living in, you know, a country where everyone's starving. If we was in Africa, I'd be passing this around to everyone. We're not though. So in that respect, we've paid for it, so why not enjoy it? It's like when everyone rushed out buying toilet rolls went during lockdown. How dare you buy 10 toilet rolls? So I meant to wipe our hands with newspaper then, or wipe our behinds with newspaper. No, I want to make sure I've got enough in the bloody shed. So when there's 4 people in the house, you buy 10 toilet rolls, there's only 2 toilet rolls each for like however many months you might not have any for. With 2 left over.
That's good.
Good quality, isn't it?
That's really nice, that is. It's nice to have like proper salad in it.
I've got something to complain about. I never complain.
You just said the same thing.
Ma, this is something else I want to complain about. Them people, and I thought about this. I was like, it happened to me. I was like, right, there's something to have a whinge about on the video. The idiots who, when you're waiting for them to walk past, so I was walking the dog. This is, let me set the scene. I'm walking the dog. I stop because there's a couple and their children walk towards me with another dog. The dog I walk is a knob. He's a bit of an arse. He'd have gone for the dog. So I stepped to the side. So I let them past. Now bear in mind, there was probably about a minute down the road. There's only got a minute. So I was like, okay, I'll wait here for 60 seconds. Why do some people slow down when they know you're waiting for them to pass? They'll walk as slow as they can. I'm like, love, I'm not stood here for the good of my health. Do you want to get a move on? Because this dog I'm walking, he's acting up, like trying to pull and get at this dog. And there's like, All right, Bill, should we go out for like a Sunday roast when lockdown ends? Oh, I'm going to get the wash done when we get back. Just chatting away. Right, little Percy, the little child.
You know why? Probably because most dogs ain't like him.
No, but they could see I was standing there waiting. I was like, just mind my own business. Just admiring the bushes, looking at the cows in the field for good of my health. No, love, I'm waiting for you to bloody get a spurt on. Get past, and I can carry on my merry way. She didn't hurry up. She took her time. She took even longer than she needed to make a point. He ain't got a lot better to do. He likes counting leaves in bushes. I'm going to take my time. Really wound me up.
Yeah, some people are daft, like, I keep repeating it, but when we took the mum-proof injection, we met an idiots that were about unreal. Just stupidity. But some people, though, I do understand to a degree, because, you know, you don't sometimes realise what's about out there, because it's so, like that COVID, it's so silent, isn't it? You cannot physically, obviously, see anything. But it's so damn scary to think it looks so blooming normal out there.
What are we about now?
You know, you was on about maps and everything, but you know, people have got a social distance. I'm saying, like, you know, when you actually go out there and you can just see normality. It doesn't look like there's anything serious about, does it? Like, it looks so, you know, especially when the sun's out as well, and people want to go for a walk in the park, and normally you can just sort of walk past someone like that close, and wouldn't normally think anything of it, would you? No. It's people Tuesday don't take into consideration.
Yeah, but I think nowadays there's not really that much. It's still around, but it's all pretty much dying off now. So hopefully we can sort of get back to normality.
Touch wood.
It's not like back when it first started. Everyone was panicking, and I said it a while back. Me and Tia went out shopping when it first started, like the lockdowns over. I was like, people will not bugger off. And I've repeated this. I'm not going to keep going right now, but they wouldn't move. I was getting really irritated with it. Now I go down the shops. I was doing my shopping. I don't really, as long as they're not like coughing on me.
You move away from people, don't you, don't you?
Look the size of this burger. I mean, this is a bit. I mean, it's only 99p, but Christ, the size of that. That was a bit of a rip-off. When you think for 99p at Tesco, you could probably buy a 4-pack of quarter-pounders. A bit thicker than that.
I think McDonald's do rip you off with the drinks. With the amount of ice they put in as well.
You can't have it without ice, though.
I like it with the ice, but it's like when we went to Spain on the all-inclusive. When I tell you these are the biggest sort of ice cubes you'll ever see in your life. They was like massive, weren't they? Yeah. And they'd only put them in them small plastic cups. Now the cup was about that big, the ice was about that big, and you had about that much drink. But because the ice obviously made the drink go higher, that's where they were saving on the all-inclusive.
But then if you don't have all-inclusive and you've got to pay for your drinks, I'd be really peed off at that point. Paying for that. Cross. Yeah,
the water, £2 for a plastic cup. If you want an all-inclusive, £2. That is awful. People pay it, huh?
So we've been watching Rob and Ramesh. If anybody has seen it. Rob Beckett and Ramesh Ranganathan. They got a show.
I love him.
They got a show on Sky One where it's like they try different things, different
situations, different like drag queens and
art, different vocations, I guess you'd call it. And me and I have been watching it. Last night they did drag queens. There's a lady in there from there's a man who's a drag queen in the UK and calls himself Bag of Chips.
And the Vivian, one of the best in the country.
But got me thinking now, what would my drag queen name be? And what would Aim's be? And I come up with mine. So it's a bit of a take on Bag of Chips. Baggy Balls. That'd be my drag queen name. Baggy Balls. What's yours be, Aim?
Well, you put me on the spot there, but... Lippy Stick.
Lippy Stick?
Lippy Stick.
Fair enough. Lippy Stick and Baggy Balls. Might do a drag queen thing one day. On a video. The chilli sauce a bit warm.
I said to you.
I think they put all the chilli sauce at the bottom.
I remember having that wrap and I was thinking, that chilli sauce is warm. So, Do you guys want to see me do drag makeup on Leigh? And if they all say yes and they all comment, you all comment, loads of you comment, I'll do it.
Yeah, if we get enough people saying they like to see it, then we will do it. If there's only one person, Dodgy Dave from down the road watching, he says, Leigh, what you in drag, then it's a no, I'm afraid. After the last time and what happened to me and Dodgy Dave when I was dressed as a woman, it ain't happening again. I could barely walk afterwards, so yeah, has to be a lot of yeses in the comments. Oh, they don't send enough napkins, what the hell?
There they are underneath your fan.
They do send enough napkins, they're hiding.
There was a ton of them.
I just had to cool my mouth down a little bit there. It was getting a little bit on the warm side from all the chilli sauce.
I saved them bloody hot. I remember, I was like, no, I'm not having chilli sauce on the damn thing. Anyway, so I've got something to tell you what I was...
I was going to say it for a true crime video, but this is only a short story. And
I've got some good true crime ones to come along. Anyway, so I've been listening to this YouTube channel, and it's like a 911 dispatcher's call sent, like the police. And anyway, so there was this lady in America, and she was pregnant.
Elbow.
And don't get saying anything.
Oh, what's that about? You talk about it?
No, I mean, it's not funny though, is it?
It's not funny, it's bloody horrible.
That's burnt.
I know.
So there was this lady in America anyway, and she was pregnant. And she answered an ad on Craigslist, which, it's like an online thing, isn't it, that, And anyway, it was for free maternity clothes and baby clothes. And she went along, and it was about a 40-minute drive away. And she got to this woman's apartment, and her name was, either her first name was Leigh, or her second name was Leigh, I think it was second name. And she got there, and the woman was really, really, really welcoming, and everything was nice. And so she took her in, and the baby clothes was in the living room. And she's like, oh yeah, they're really nice. And the woman could tell that she didn't want to let her go, basically. And she was thinking to herself, and she said, I've really got to go now. Thank you so much. Are you sure you don't want a contribution to this? She said, no, that's fine. And then all of a sudden she was like, I've got more in the basement. Actually, I just completely forgot about it. So she was like, oh, okay, then let's go down and have a look. And then...
Never go in the basement.
When she was walking towards the basement, this woman, the one who was advertising the car, started doing this on the woman's shoulder. And she was like, oh, what's the matter? I've got a bug on me. And that line went, oh, yeah, I think I've got it. So she went down to the basement. And next thing you know, she starts punching the woman and grabbing at her. Like, she's like, why are you doing this, I'm so harmless. I love everybody. Really, why? And she went, well, if you love me, you'll let me do this. She got the pregnant lady on the floor, got a wine bottle, smashed the wine bottle on the floor, stabbed the woman in the neck. The woman was obviously completely scared to death, losing blood, but luckily missed something in the neck, like the arteries, but it was still cut nevertheless. She was feeling really weak. She was choking her out. She had her hands round her neck. And the woman was like, please stop. And she was fainting, Anyway, she was losing consciousness. And then she slashed open her stomach. And the next thing you know is the woman hears the husband come back. She has taken the baby out of the mom's stomach, ran upstairs with it, left the poor lady on the floor bleeding out, dying basically, gone upstairs, told the husband, I've had a miscarriage in the toilet, didn't know I was pregnant. They rushed that baby to the hospital with the woman claiming she'd had a miscarriage. Meanwhile, the woman on the floor in the basement was like, managed to get to her phone, found the ambulance and everything. She couldn't make much sense how the operator nearly didn't find her. They got to her and everything like that, but she'd lost so much blood and she was basically there. And on the phone, you could hear her just like, she went into some sort of...
I sure heard it. You heard it?
Yeah, you heard everything.
Oh, no.
You heard her basically sort of going, like she couldn't talk. They got there. Moral of the story is anyway they saved her life, but unfortunately the baby didn't make it. She was like 7.5.
Well, that's not moral of the story. It's just like what happened at the end.
Not the moral of the story. At the end of the story, to cut a long story short, more to the point, she lost the baby. Obviously, she's managed to save herself. The daughter was actually called Aurora. They was going to call her Aurora.
That's messed up.
And the woman, she got like 100 years in prison.
And I'm pretty sure I said this time after she told me the story. She told it last night. We said, well, let's have a nice relaxing Saturday evening together, Ryan. Like, chill out and have a nice couples evening. We ended up telling each other these horror stories basically before we got settled down. But one of our subscribers, Penguin and the Chef, they've got a YouTube channel. Go and check it out. Julia and Kurt are their names. They told us a while ago about someone in there. Because they live in America. And they said, near to them there's a prison. And a lady who's meant to be the first lady... Sorry about that, everyone. I forgot to turn it off. First person executed in this city for a lot of years. The first woman. And they told us this like a few months ago. The lady had cut a baby out of another woman and said it was theirs. So I'm not sure if it's the same story.
I'm not sure.
But if you're watching Julia and Kurt and you heard Aim's story, let us know. Is that the same person? Because that's a funny coincidence that there's two people who've done that. How messed up you got to be to. So I think, yep, the husband will just accept that I've done this. He won't think I'm a bit weird.
The horrible thing is, the reason why she said she did it as well, she was like, apparently the woman at the police station, that Leigh, she said, I freaked out. I thought the woman was going to die, so then I realised she had a baby. I thought I'd try and save the baby. Well,
I guess I know, maybe that made sense, but that's just stupid. I read...
she obviously had psychological issues. I mean, you don't...
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, yeah, for definite. I heard a podcast a while ago. I was telling Aim this one. I was telling this just quick story. And it's like about true crimes and stuff like that. And there's this lad, and he's like in his early 20s, he's got a job in America, works in a computer shop, and he's on his Xbox at night with his mates. Just playing with his mates on his games, like in a group, as they do. Headsets on. How you doing, Pete? Yeah, I'm doing alright, Dave. Alright, Steve. And so and so and so on. Like, they're all playing, I don't know, probably Fortnite or something or other.
I wasn't actually asking.
Well, I didn't know. I thought you were passing back and putting on your food. My hands are clean. So a bloke enters their group, and it was just a group of friends, and he was like, hey, I want to play. Like, sorry, mate, it's just for friends. You're not welcome. They're not nasty to him. Go and find someone else to play. Kick him out of the group. He comes back in. Hey, I'm still want to play. And he's like, I can't remember what his name was, but it showed up on the Xbox screen. He's like, mate, it's just for us. We're friends. We just want to keep it between us friends. Can you just go and find somebody else to do that?
You can understand that as well, because it's a private thing, isn't it?
Yeah, she does it with her mates, plays Fortnite and Minecraft and stuff with her friends. I mean, this is why I never play online. I used to play online without the headset. I wouldn't talk to people. But the thought of someone just popping up in your ear, chatting away. And these people could hear what he was saying. This bloke was like, look, he joined a third time. He's like, I want to play. Now let me play. So he was like, sorry, I just had to turn my sound off. I want to play with you lot. Let me play. And it's like, no, stop it. So they kicked him out a third time. Next day, bloke goes to bed and whatever, don't think anything of it. Wakes up in the morning, he's got a message on his Xbox from this bloke. It's like, hey, so-and-so, let's call him Stu. Hey, Stu, I know you didn't want to let me play last night. I'm a bit disappointed, basically. I'll speak to you later, something like that. I was like, what the hell? How do you know my first name? Because this bloke's name wasn't on his Xbox screen. He was like, how the hell do you know my name? What the heck?
You'd be thinking at this point, hang on, who's this? What's going on here?
He goes to work, and he's there in his computer shop, and then his boss gets talking to some bloke, and he don't think anything of it. It's a computer shop. Probably thinks he's selling a laptop to somebody. The boss comes over. Stu, this man over here, let's call him Ron, just for example. Ron wants a word with you. He said you won't let him play on the Xbox group last night. Now, if you know anything about Xbox and PlayStations, you could be in England to play against somebody in bloody Kazakhstan. The fact that this bloke was in his same city, found out his name, where he worked, and went in saying, I want to have a word with Stu. He won't let me play in the Xbox group last night. The lad, he said to his boss, mate, like, I'm going to go in the staff room. Can you please call the police? I'm a bit scared here. He's found out where the hell I live or work, and probably where I live.
Oh my God.
Just because he won't let him play on a bloody group chat thing.
And the worst part about it is, I think Leigh said to me, when the guy realised he'd called the police, he shut off, and to this day, still don't know where he...
No idea who he is.
Actually, I'm going to ask him to tell you one more about the girl in the bus stop.
Oh, God. So...
This is the one that was like...
These stories ain't like, oh my God, that's like the worst thing ever in the world, like 10 people got killed.
Not like that one that I told you, that woman.
These are scary stories. If they happen, you'd be like, what the hell? And when you listen to it in your headphones, I was walking the dog through a graveyard about 6 in the morning when it was really dark, about 2 months ago. It freaked me bloody out, I'll be honest. I was walking through the cemetery like, what the hell? Looking around me.
I couldn't do that what you do. But...
So I'm listening to it, and then there's this girl, she's about 11 or 12. Her mum and dad are split up in America. She spends one weekend with her mum and every other weekend with her dad. So on a Friday, she'll go to her bus. Her mum trusts her to catch 2 buses at 11 or 12. Okay, it's not too young, I guess. Her dad meets her at the other end. She's waiting for this bus the first time, and there's a bloke there, and she can tell he's not... I don't know how to politically put it, but he's not the full ticket, basically. He's obviously got some sort of special needs or something's going wrong. He's a bit... I don't know. He's a lot older. He's like in his late 20s, 30s. She's 12 or 13. And he gets talking to her. She's like, well, there's only me and him here. I'll just go along with it. Like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, nice weather. Yes, it is. Keep it very small, conversation. Straight to the point. Get on the bus. He gets on the bus. She gets off the bus. He gets off the bus. And he doesn't get on the second bus. He just catches the first bus. This goes on every week, every other weekend for like 6 months. Then the guy, she's at her dad's one day, and her mum's at home, and her mum gets a phone call. Answers the phone. Hello, yeah. Hi, let's call her Sam. Where's Sam? She wasn't on the bus today, because she'd stopped catching that bus. She'd start getting a lift off her mum to her dad's. Her mum's like, sorry, Sam's with her dad today. Can I help? And the boy's like, yeah, tell her it's, I don't know, Roger. They tell her it's Roger from the bus stop. I've not seen Sam in a couple of weeks. He's 30 odd, she's 12 or 13. She's like, oh, okay. He didn't tell her, she couldn't tell her how old he was, the mum. Then was like, okay, I'll tell Sam he's asking after Roger. Sam gets home the next day, after the weekend.
At this point, the mum, she ain't catching that bus again.
Oh, Roger was calling for you, Sam. And so, what the hell? How's he got my phone number? We're at my ex-directory, whatever you want to call it. How the hell's he know where I live?
Sorry.
Oh. Fast forward, nothing happens. About 10 years later, the girl's in her early 20s. Settled down with a fella, I think, and maybe a young child. She gets a letter through the door. New house, lives somewhere else, probably in another big city, I don't know. Hi Sam, this is Roger. I haven't spoken to you in 10 years. How are you? Didn't mention at all about the fact I used to talk to at the bus. So she said, well, basically, you remember me from the bus stop. I haven't seen you in a long time. Would love to catch up with you. There are some really oddballs around.
At that point, I'd be moving to the Outer Hebrides. I'd be taking my family. I'm going to Speedy Gonzales out of there. Road runner, gone. No, I'm sorry, but I was followed twice in my life. One by a transit van, which I've told you about before, Sam. So there's like this road, and on the left hand side here, there's a swim bath, and then round the corner there, there's like a graveyard, and then for the graveyard, the cemetery, there's a car park. Now, this car park had an opening there and an opening over there, and the road went around it like that. Well, I went in the graveyard, and it was only 7 o'clock on the night time, but it was pitch black. Went around it to the further end of the car park, and this transit van with 2 or 3 people in it, men, went to the other opening where I had to come out. So, like, the opening was there. I was walking, reversed and opened the boot. And opened the doors to the back of the van. I was like, oh my jeez. So anyway, at this point, I was scared to death, thinking I don't know what the hell to do. All of a sudden, I don't know how it ended. There was either like my friend come down and met me. I think that was. I was like, oh my god! And funny enough, her name was Amy. I was like, oh my god! And then they've got back in.
Mail, this one,
they got back in the van, shut the doors and went off, and that frightened me. And then another time, there was a lad around by, literally right down the road where I live. Kept following, he's like, excuse me. He's like, move, stop following me. No, I'm gonna keep following you. And then I went to my friend's house, and her dad's rather big bloke, and he ran off. But even them was scary.
I've got to be honest, as a bloke, I mean, not to say that it's not scary for women and stuff, but as a bloke, I've never been lucky enough to be followed by a woman. It's never happened. They normally run away if I look in their direction, but I've never been followed by a woman, even when I was younger.
Yeah, but it's not.
No, it's not nice for women to be. I'm not making a joke. I'm just saying I've never been followed by anyone other than when I was being followed by the police one time and I got arrested. That's for something I didn't do and I got away with it. So, anyways, moving on from that, what was I going to say to you?
I just think it's a messed up situation.
I don't know. There's something to say then.
No, going back to them stories, that's just crazy to think that that girl was at the bus stop, just going to about her business, going to see her dad. See, that's something else, isn't it, though, guys? If you've got what age? This is a real good question. At what age do you start trusting your children to be independent?
That was it. Back to you. Carry on.
Me, I'm not even there. Sorry, I can't. Oh, obviously she does her own things. She goes on the bus and she's at the partner. You know, I mean, like, if it's dark outside, you think I'm letting her do what she wants yet?
What was that app back in the day? T used to use it. It was not like Facebook. It was something similar.
Was it Snapchat?
It was like a yellow screen or something. I remember showing me it. I don't know. People could talk to each other on there. If they've got your number or your name, they could get in touch. And there was a bloke got in touch with her when she was like 11, I think, or 10 or 11. Something like that. One of them daft ages.
I'm sure it was Snapchat.
And he was there messaging her. Just randomly, some random bloke down Cornwall way, I think it was.
No, it wasn't Snapchat, was he?
I don't know, that's us too.
It wasn't Snapchat, it was something else. Because we all had it to talk
I never
to
had
her,
it.
or I had it to talk to her.
I never had it at all.
And so I grabbed the phone.
Yeah, all the mates had this app. Tia's friends. And they all this bloke got in touch with her and all her friends somehow. And he's there like,
Grooming her.
what you're wearing? And I said, pass the phone, say.
Oh yeah, you do.
I messaged her, I said, alright mate, I'm wearing joggers and a t-shirt, and by the way, I'm Tia's dad. So I'm now going to forward this message on to the police, and I should expect a phone call or a knock at the door very soon. Went bloody quiet. Really quickly.
He was down Devon, wasn't it? This bloke.
Cornwall down. Do you try chicken mayo?
I've had chicken mayo, but I don't like them without the mayo.
Where?
It's just a chicken. It's a chicken bun. There is no way. If I could have skipped through that phone, I was furious, wasn't I? But that comes on to the question that I want to ask you. So what age do you kind of let your kids be a bit more independent or go out by themselves? Now, there's no wrong or right answer here. I'm just personal preference with me. I'm a very, extremely overprotective. I do let Tia have an independent life, don't get me wrong. Tia does what she wants to do, but...
As long as it's within these four walls.
Well, at the moment, that's the case. But no, me and Tia have a big trust. So, I have no qualms with Tia whatsoever. Like, we trust her wholeheartedly. I've always been that type of parent who'll be like, I'll tell you about everything early on, explain about life and all that, and then obviously give her some freedom, which I always have. And it's paid off for me because she's just a good kid. Well, she's not, she's a young adult now, but it's everybody else I worry about.
It's different though, isn't it, when you're a lad, I think, growing up as a boy. So I'm a lad, I was a boy. I'm a bloke now, obviously, I'm 35.
You wouldn't bloody think it.
Shush you. You're going to eat your Grand Big Mac bacon,
I'm full, Leigh, and I'm sorry.
You've got lettuce or something on your lip.
I've had that wrap.
That's it.
I've had that chicken, that fish thing.
Well, I don't know why anyway, moving on.
Leigh, I'll tell him. God knows what that answer to that question is.
What?
What was you going to say? I don't know why we get all this.
Yeah.
I bloody well agree.
I eat mine. Look, I'm getting
Double cheeseburger, large fries.
I've had the Big Mac. I've had half the chicken mayo. I've had the wrap, the nuggets, the fries.
Why am I the fat one?
You're not.
Sure, anyway, I am, but why
I put a lot of weight on.
Not justified, is it?
But as a male, anyways, as a boy growing up, I was allowed out from a young age, like from on the street, from about 3 or 4 years old. Almost. Oh, you got to remind me. I was just asking to cut some out. I'll try and remember. But if you see it a second ago, let me know that I forgot to do it. Hopefully, I won't forget.
Can I just say, guys, what have you done to your Big Mac, Leigh? It's just deconstructed now.
There was too much lettuce in it. I think they give me more lettuce than burger. I don't know.
But you've got another half.
That's a chicken mayo there. That's your half.
I don't want it.
Oh, Barney can have it. So as a kid, you don't see it these days, but I lived on a street with a lot of young children my age, and we'd all play out and we'd run around, we'd have water fights, which like water guns, we'd throw buckets of water at each other on the adults would join in. You don't see it anymore. But that was sort of set me ready for when I was getting older. Like, Mum, I'm 8 now, I'm going down the park with my friends, or I was 9. We'd go off on bike rides by the time I was 10. I'd be going down to the lake and the river on my bike, and we're going out for whole days at a time. Used to take a couple of pound with you for a drink and a packet of Christmas shop. For £2 back in the day, you could get a bottle of pop or a can of pop, packet of crisps, chocolate, and still have 10p for a 10p mix.
You could there'd be a lot of things you could get there.
Yeah, but like, as a lad, you're just trusted, ain't you? Like, okay, you might go out and get some girl pregnant, but that's the worst you can possibly do. Well, it was. I did a lot of stupid stuff as a kid. I nicked a tractor, my mate. We used to...
It wasn't a tractor, it was a digger.
A digger, same bloody thing.
Bloody tractor.
There was somebody left the keys in this digger and we started driving it. We did all sorts of stupid stuff, started little fires. No one got hurt and was never on houses or anything. Just in the park. Thought it was fun, as lads do. But with girls like our Tia, you can't take that chance. You don't want your bloody 10-year-old daughter or 12, 13, 14, 15, 17-year-old daughter walking around the streets of where we live.
My dad still now, and I'm 36 in a couple of weeks, would still now not let me do certain things. He'll say, no. He'll say, you ain't doing that. I'm like, all right, Dad. Okay. But, like, if I said to my dad, I was catching a bus now around here to go to a certain area to see a friend, he'd say, no, you're not. I'll pay for you to have a taxi.
Yeah.
Like, he'd say, just don't be stupid, don't do that. Whether I'd listen or not is a different scenario, but my dad would blatantly say, look, don't be so pathetic about it. But, however, in saying that, where they grew up is totally different to where I grew up. And it's just the facts. Where I live, there was a lot more trouble than where Leigh lived. I mean, a lot more trouble. And that's just the way of the world, isn't it, really? You know?
I don't know, I did live across from Mad Pat. Mad Pat was a man. He seemed normal when he moved in, but the family was just trouble. His son was messing around on train tracks and got electrocuted, and the only thing that saved him was his trainers being like rubber or something. He got like 3rd-degree burns. He attacked a cop with a hammer. Coppers come to arrest him. What we got woke up with that. Get off me, you effing this, effing that. And then, boosh, hit this copper in the head with an hammer.
Do you know what I find really strange out? Like, that's, for Leigh, that's like one of the most extreme stories.
Not really, I've been in worse than
round here, I can't even name specific names, but guns, machete down the road.
I can't believe you used to carry a machete around with you.
Oh, well, sorry about that. It's in the back pocket there. No, like...
Butter your toast, bring out the machete.
Chop the sandwich in half. And like, people getting in lifts and threatening others with sawing off shotguns. I mean, not my specific area, but literally 10 minutes down the road, it's crackers. And that's why...
Much bigger city, though.
I don't want Tia. That's why I don't want to live here.
Well, we will move sooner rather than later. We are on the verge of moving in the next year.
Where to? It could be moving to Timbuktu. Who knows?
Where is Timbuktu? Is that a place? Is it near Tibet? I don't know. Sounds like it should be near Tibet. Let's find out where Timbuktu is.
I think it's not real. Isn't it in Africa?
Are we making idiots?
Oh my god. No, it's not. It's to Timbuktu. it's true.
Well, it's like I said before, for the love of Pete. Who the hell's Pete?
No, you say it for the love of Mike.
Mike, that's him. Yeah, it's a city in Mali. There we go.
Mali,
Timbuktu is a city in Mali, situated 20 kilometres north of the river, the Niger River. The town is.
Is it India?
No, Mali is in Africa, bro.
I did think Timbuktu is in Africa. So, to do with animals.
The town is the capital of the Timbuktu region, one of the 8 administrative regions of Mali. It has a population of 54,453. That was in 2009, but there's a few more now because people have been born since then. And right now, over there, it's 6:29. So they're on the same time as us. So
but isn't it like there needs to be a song about animals in Timbuktu?
Is that not like Noah's Ark? Load them in 2 by 2. Off we go to Timbuktu.
No.
It rhymes though.
Now in came the animals 2 by 2. A
That's Noah's Ark.
hippopotamus and a kangaroo.
The buggered off to Timbuktu.
Now, who built the ark? Noah. Who built the ark? Brother Noah built the ark.
What's his name down Lidl? He's got a son called Noah. I know that because he's got a tattoo on his arm called says Noah. Either that or he likes Noah's Ark, one or the other. Not sure.
What was that song now about Timbuktu?
I don't know the words. Somebody, my favourite songs. That's not it, eh? That's Nelly the Elephant.
Road to Mandalay. Oh, Nelly the Elephant. No.
No, we're not going to get it, and let's just wrap this up.
Yeah, so, hang on, you've left a burger.
Burger. We'll be eating that later on.
Have a bite now.
I'm stuffed, eh?
Come on, Leigh. 10 burgers, Leigh.
Fine. Eat your bloody, your 2 burgers, love. Thank you.
No.
But I am really full.
I am in it.
I'll be honest, guys. The reason why, if you're watching now, well done. Thank you for sticking by us. The only reason we ordered as much as we did, we had a £20 gift card from Just Eat because our food last time was freezing cold, so they give us 20 quid back. So we'll just use that for the extra stuff. We haven't actually paid £44 for all this food. We used a £20 gift voucher.
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
Why do you order so much? Just out of curiosity, why? Why can't we just have one meal?
Cousin Mo, we asked to answer for the fillet of fish.
Yeah, I get that.
Leigh, check out fillet of fish. £3.59.
And it took up the tartar sauce.
I didn't want it in the first place.
You had one bite.
I could have done without that one bite. You insisted that I try it.
But no, I'm asking, you do it for visual effects.
Yes, I do. I wanted to try a chicken fillet without the mayo. Chicken mayo without the mayo. I like cheeseburgers now. I really do like them. The nuggets, okay, we probably could have got a 9 chicken nugget box. So you'd be saying, where's the rest of my nuggets?
You could have had, I'd have just had a few.
And you always say you want half of the box?
Yeah, I do like them.
Let's just move on from this. We sound like right greedy kids.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is, I personally think less is more.
But it isn't, because like you said before, with McDonald's, why is it we're always hungry after eating Yes, I said we would be after eating all this.
But I haven't ate that much, realistically.
No, you stopped about half an hour ago eating, home. Yes, didn't she? How much have you got dinner eating? Last 25 minutes. Couple of fries, maybe a chicken nugget.
Shut up.
You haven't been eating, home.
I have.
No, you was doing your story. When you talk, you can't eat. And then when I was talking, you sitting there. Tell them that other story, Leigh. You was actually eating. How's your eye now?
Hurting me. I swear
hurting,
to God.
but
It went
hurting.
whoosh.
No, so this is how it was. Let's
Honest to
reenact
God,
it.
gently.
Whoosh.
Bam.
Yeah, and then I got wound up because she was having a go at me about it. I was like, it's not my fault. You got an head that got in the way of my arm.
But your arm was over in my vicinity.
Well, I hope it's all right now.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Put me right off my food.
That's what it was. That was the excuse you needed, ain't it? Me hurting.
Next time, let's order just one
Let's
thing
just eat.
each.
Let's just order a chicken mayo each. Imagine how cheap we could get our McDonald's.
Yeah. I just like a double cheeseburger and fries.
Some people do just order off the saver menu, don't they? Like, you can get medium fries on the saver menu for 99p, and you can get like a chicken mayo for 99p and a small drink. Costs like £3. £3 something.
That's really good.
Yeah, but I don't like the chicken mayo. It's a bit poo.
Because you've missed half of the best bit out.
But that there...
That is as dry as a bone.
That was 99p. That's just a cheeseburger, so I guess could do that.
You actually analyse it, though.
It's really crap.
Like, let's just be honest here, guys.
Yeah, we still say it's amazing. But what gets me is that a Big Mac is like X amount, and that costs the Big Mac's like £3 odd, and they are just like 2 of these little skinny burgers, which like literally is no good. What can you do to me?
Because I've got makeup on my face. Oh, what have you done?
You got ketchup on your head, love. No, Mo, don't be a bastard. I'm going to go out the house yet. I'll fetch booze.
It's actually in your ear now.
Oh, you tramp. Right,
Where
go.
is it?
Do you want to dip your nugget in my ear?
Where is it? Don't.
See ya. No, under your eyebrow.
You've touched my eyebrows.
God, that's your biggest concern now. Yeah, let me get it for you.
Don't wipe my eyebrow off,
Oh,
Leigh.
God. Surely your eyebrows are natural. Mine are.
No, they're not natural.
Oh, mine are. Guess that makes me better than you.
You got natural hair in your ears and everything.
Yeah, I
You've
do.
got
I do
literally
grow a lot of
ketchup
hair.
all in your thing.
Oh, lovely. Right, guys, thank you for watching.
Honestly, this is just the way me and him are on a general...
Oh, for God's sake, let's take my stretcher out now.
Don't, not on public. Just put that...
Yes, this has just happened. Because I was going to stick a straw through the other side.
But seriously, guys, if you actually think about this is what we're paying for here.
Yeah. But
this is bad, this is. What?
A Big Mac is just one of these with 2 of them in there and a bit of salad. And yet that is 99p and a Big Mac's £3.50 odd. Go figure. Buy 2 of them, stick them together, get it bigger than a Big Mac.
I prefer our made ones.
I bet good burgers. And so, does Imo.
I prefer... Then is he actually going to take
Hashtag not impressed.
It's like nuggets. These aren't too bad.
Oh, they're amazing. I've got to be honest. They're the best.
These are the best. I like the little thing that you got there. Did you know that?
You know what they're doing now for all?
Do you know this thing here? Do you know that that's to hold and dip you?
Do you know if with Oreos they've done something similar? Somebody put it on yesterday on TikTok. It's a thing, and it clips onto your Oreo, so you can dunk it in your milk without getting your fingers in the milk. There's a little blue plastic thing. It clips onto your Oreo. Dunk it, eat it, clip onto the next one.
Do you like that song?
Yeah, I do like Oreo.
Oreo.
I want
to lick the middle like an Oreo.
Yeah, I do. But it's a bit rude in it for 6 o'clock. Right, Imo, take us away. I've got to go and fetch some alcohol. Yeah.
Anywhoosies, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We are going to be doing a true crime video probably after you've seen this video.
Yeah, in Monday's video, we'll be doing some true crime.
Yeah, and tell you what, it's crazy story time again. I'm not joking. If you thought the last one that I did was crazy, you wait till you hear this one.
And I got a crazy one too, about a bloke who buried women in his back garden. But yeah.
Jimmy Corkill?
Not Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. He was lovely, Jimmy, wasn't he? It wasn't Jimmy.
If you don't know what we're on about.
That was Beth Jordash. Jimmy didn't murder anyone.
It was out of a programme years ago called Brookside.
Yeah, bit of Brookside.
But this makes me question whether we'll ever order it again. And we will do.
Probably about a week's time.
More than likely.
Well, we probably won't be on a video. We'll probably just get ourselves McDonald's in about a week, and that'll be just for us to enjoy.
I hope you've had a nice dinner today, or breakfast, whatever time you're watching these. However, remember to be kind, remember to be nice, comment, share, like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn your notification bells on, the all button, so you don't miss any future videos from us. Check out our other channel, our Munchies Delight channel. Check out our Instagram, because we have some posts on there, and community tab, because now and again posts do go on there, so please go and check it out. And we've got some tidying up to do here, guys.
We have to go, right?
Yeah, but one more thing I was going to say. That was it. Drag queen. If you want me to drag queen up Leigh, please. And now, even if you don't normally comment, you're a silent viewer, just put in the comments, drag queen Leigh.
We want to see baggy balls.
Drag queen Leigh. Something to indicate that you want me to do his makeup, please, guys. Anyway, we love you lots. See you later.